Known worldwide as Music City, USA, its legacy is built on one foundation: the art of the song. This is Words and Music. Now, here's your host, Harry Chapman.
You know, it's going to be a good day when you can sit down and visit with one of the great songwriters in Music City, Tim Nichols. And Tim is our guest today on Words and Music. And it's so good to have you with us. It's been a while since we've had a chance to visit.
It has been a little while. Great to see you.
But you talk about great songwriters in this city, and your name is right there at the top of the list with some of the best. And so
I appreciate that.
And I think it's interesting, though, that I guess when you were in Missouri, they said something about, if you're going to...
Right. I moved here from Springfield, Missouri when I was 21, and Cy Simon, who's was just a great publisher. He happened to be from Springfield, and he told me, if you want to hunt tigers, you have to go where the tigers are. So at first I thought he meant go to Africa, but then I figured.
Right. What are you talking about here?
He was saying you need to come to Nashville. So I moved here when I was 21.
Yeah, and what a
just about 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. I remember it too. I was in high school.
You were just. I
was in high school then. And the first song you're going to do for us certainly kind of kicked things off for Jody Messina. Heads Carolina, Tails California. Tell me about that song.
I've told this story a lot over the years. The idea for that came from a book, and the main character in the book was in Texas, and he had decided he was going to leave Texas, and the way he was going to decide where to go was he was going to flip a coin. Heads, he was going to go to California. Tails, he was going to go to Mexico. And so me and my buddy Mark Sanders, we twisted that a little bit. And, and at that time, I lived about 10 minutes from Jody. We were both living out in Mount Juliet at the time. She was working on her first album. She had already recorded one song of mine, and Tim McGraw and Byron Gallimore were producing Jody's record. And she called and said, we might be looking for a song. We're looking for a song that Tim might possibly do as a duet. And I immediately thought of Heads Carolina. And I called her and I said, Jody, I really think I've got the song. Typically, I'm not really one to hype or oversell, but I just really felt like that this was the song. So I put it in her mailbox, and she called a couple of weeks later and said, we recorded the song, but it's not a duet. Are you mad? I said, well, no, of course not. She said, would you like to come and hear it? I said, absolutely. So I just hopped in my car, ran over to her house, and she played it for me in her car, sitting out in the driveway. And I remembered that first time I heard it, thinking that the same magic that Faith had with Wild One and Trisha, for example, with She's in Love with the Boy. I felt like Heads Carolina, Tails California had that same magic. And it was Jody's first single, and basically her first big hit.
Well, let's hear it.
Sure.
Like from the guy.
All right.
Hey baby, what do you say we just get lost? Leave this one-horse town like two rebels without a cause. I've got people in Boston, ain't your daddy still in Des Moines? I can pack up tomorrow, tonight let's flip a coin. Oh, Heads Carolina, Tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer, up in the mountains, down by the ocean where it don't matter, long as we're going somewhere together. I've got a quarter, Heads Carolina, Tails California. We can load what we own in the back of a U-Haul van. Couple modern day Moses searching for the promised land. We can go 400 miles before we stop for gas. We can drive for a day, then we'll take a look at the map. heads Carolina, tails California. Hey, we're gonna get out of here if we've gotta ride a Greyhound bus. Girl, we're bound to outrun this bad luck that's tailing us. Oh, heads Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer, up in the mountains, down by the ocean where it don't matter, long as we're going somewhere together. I've got a quarter, heads Carolina, tails California.
Yeah, I like that song.
Thanks,
I really
buddy.
do.
Thank you.
Tim Nichols, our guest on Words and Music, and we'll hear more great hit songs from his pen right after this.